Hey everyone, today we are diving into a fascinating topic that would challenge our understanding of the world. What if our ideas about the distribution of resources on the planet is completely wrong? What if we are being fed lies? What if every single one of us are meant to be trillionaires? Buckle up because this is going to be one fascinating episode for you. Wow, I feel like our relationship is getting stronger every day. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable having this discussion with you. What do you guys think? Day 3. So when I first started getting into spirituality, my idea about what spirituality looked like were the monks in all the temples. They were the people who renounced everything that was materialistic and that had to do with wealth, and they were into their inner wealth, which is both wealth, by the way. You can either pursue wealth in the form of materialistic things or abundance in that form, or you can go inward. And then there is also wealth of inspiration, wealth of wisdom, wealth of love. There's a whole nother kind of wealth that's inside. So you could either go inwards like the Lemurians, or you can go outwards like the Atlanteans. I realize that every single one of us are meant to be trillionaires. Theory number 1, what if our maps are misleading and our resources are actually plentiful? So I came across this post on Instagram which was going viral that said that the actual maps, the representation of countries and their sizes are being misleading because that is not the true size. If you look at this post, which is on CNN, which says that what's the real size of Africa and how the Western states use maps to downplay size of a continent. So the Mercator projection has been used as a template for world maps since 1569, and in this map they make US and Canada and those countries, the Western countries, look really huge and make the continent Africa look really tiny. And we have this mental image in our head where we feel like anything that is bigger, is intimidating, are more powerful, when in reality Africa is actually a really huge continent. And this also goes to show where we are made to feel like all of the resources are in those Western countries and all the other countries, they don't have enough resources. But what if there's actually enough and more resources in these other countries such as Africa, and this is being utilized by the countries like the Western countries and keep the rest of us in dark? What if they are just making us feel like there is scarcity when there is actually no scarcity and there is enough and more resources, as much as you want on the planet, that could make everybody become trillionaires at least 3 times in their life? This made me feel or realize that this idea where we feel like money is scarce or that there is food scarcity, all of this is just a propaganda that they have been using so that they're going to show, hey, listen, this is all that we have. All of you guys adjust with this much amount that is out there. And then they are taking 80% of whatever is there for their own needs. Why should that be the case? So this got me thinking that maybe I should start thinking big. Maybe I don't have to try to think that, oh, if I become a millionaire or a trillionaire, then I'm going to take someone else's money. No, there is enough and more money, enough and more abundance in the world to go around. Why should I just dream about having just a retirement plan so that I can just retire at the age of 60 and then die? Why should I do that? Why can't I become a millionaire like tomorrow? Why should I have such small dreams, like telling us that all of us should put it into 401k and just have one house? And like $1 million house is a big deal. Why can't I have $1 billion house? Why can't I have a $1 trillion house? Why can't me and my sisters and the neighbor and the next door neighbor, every single one of us, have such amount of wealth? Why should it be limited? Concept number 2, let's talk about the power of creation through thought. You know, in the Bible it says that God spoke everything into existence, right? He said, let there be light, and there was light. Let there be water, then there was water. And that's how everything came into existence. I started reading this book called The Kybalion. Freaking amazing book, okay? It's by the 3 initiates, and it's basically teachings of Hermes Thoth, who apparently lived 300 years to teach the laws of the universe. Now, what he says is that everything in the universe, like this is just one universe, there's infinite universes, and everything works by the laws of the universe. And if the ascended masters themselves do not try to deviate from the laws of the universe, and what makes you think that you could? Even a bee or an ant do live by knowing the laws of the universe, and it's only the ignorant humans who think that these laws don't exist that become victims of the effect of how the people who know the laws use the laws to create realities. Okay, that just went way overboard, right? right? Anyway, the point is, everything on the planet works by laws. If you know how these laws work, then you would be able to manipulate the laws into creating realities that would work in your favor. If not, then the people who know the laws will create their own realities, and we will just be victims to the effects of the realities that they create. Like, for example, the ones who know that, if everybody focuses on the war, then wars are what would happen, then all of us would just be victims of scarcity and war and pain, because we do not know how it works, right? One of the things that they said is the law of mentalism, which said that there are three ways in which you could create. The divine creator, he creates without losing anything from his side. So for him to create, let's say if he had to create us, it's not that he had to remove a part of himself to create us, because the divine creator is whole and complete in itself, and there's nothing else that the divine creator wants or needs. Divine creator, please correct me if I'm saying anything that is wrong. So when we are born as humans first, the first way that we try to create is like how children create, you take different items and then you mix them together, you match them together, and then you make something new. So you're basically like, how you build Legos and stuff. But in this case, you are still not creating something new. You're just taking whatever is available and then making it into something else. The second way of creation is when you grow up and then you start to procreate and you have children. But even when that is happening, the man and the women, they are giving a part of themselves to create this new form. So even then, you are not creating like the divine creator that you are. We are all mini creators. We are still not creating the way the divine creator wants us to create. And then comes the third form of creation, where we create things without losing anything from our side. We create things where there's no addition, there's no subtraction. Even when I'm creating, I'm whole as it is. And how is that? That is the law of mentalism, and that is where you create using the power of thought. Just like how the divine creator spoke things into existence, you and I can create something out of nothing if we focus on that thought long enough. And this is one of the reasons why I quit Instagram too, by the way, because I wanted to have enough time focusing on what I want to create. So what I do is, my big dream is to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So what do I do for that? I wake up in the morning and I have 7 o'clock, I have an alarm that says, thank you for the 1 million subscribers that I have on YouTube. I'm so good at receiving. And before going to sleep at 9 o'clock, around 9 o'clock, I have another alarm that says, I am a successful YouTuber with 1 million subscribers. And then I dream about what that feels like, the me holding that silver play button, having a cake and sitting down in front of you and then blowing the cake and saying, thank you guys, I just hit 100,000 subscribers. I've got all of these, 5-second images in my head that I keep replaying in my head, and then I go to sleep. So in my sleep, those visions, they just marinate and they become a reality, and they crystallizes in my subconscious mind when I'm going to sleep. And this is actually one of the techniques that is mentioned by Neville Goddard, but check that out. And it's one of his techniques which is so powerful, where you spend time thinking about it in a semi-sleep state, where you are not sleeping and you're not awake. And that's the time your subconscious mind is so powerful, where you can activate those images and turn it into realities. Why should we, like I said, try to waste the power of thought that we have consuming information that doesn't make any sense to us? Why don't we use the power that we have? Because we are divine spiritual beings. We have all the power in the world to speak things into existence and to create anything and everything that we want out of nothing, just by using the power of thought. In fact, planet Earth was created as a vacation home for all of us. We were supposed to come here, make our creations, enjoy it, and then go back. And that is why there is such a big hype around so many souls who want to come and reincarnate on the planet Earth. And we are one of those lucky people who's got this bodysuit that we're here. So why not utilize it? Why not create the realities? Why not enjoy glory? And if you are someone who is at the moment going through phases where you are experiencing lack, well, understand that you created the lack, which means that because you created the lack, you also have the power to uncreate the lack and create glory. Lack and glory are just two ends of the same spectrum. If you could go here, you could go here too. It's just as simple as that. The third reason why all of us should aim to be trillionaires is because abundance inspires a whole community, not just you. Let me tell you a story. Back in the days, it was considered impossible for someone to run the 100-meter race in under 10 seconds. But then once one person did it, suddenly the floodgates opened, and that barrier or that limitation that people had in their mind just left. And then suddenly everybody was able to run 100 meters so easily under 10 seconds. And that's what I see now as well. Channeling is considered to be like such a big deal where no one's able to do it, or rather it's just some demonic thing or whatever. But I know that within the next few years, within the next 3 years itself, it's going to be so common. It's going to be like the norm. Everyone's going to start channeling, and that's going to happen. And when we start doing it, right, when one person becomes super successful in whatever they have created, it inspires the rest of the people around them to want to be the same thing. It's like you have expanded the consciousness of the people around you by doing it. So by you being really successful, by you being a trillionaire, you are actually inspiring your community to think bigger. And when they see one person doing that, then at least there would be, if there's one trillionaire in that community, there's going to be at least a few millionaires and a few billionaires around you, right? Let's just dream super duper big, because we are powerful mini creators. We are the sparks of the divine creator, and it is our right, our birthright to enjoy abundance because we deserve it. We are powerful. So what's your takeaway? Do you want to create abundance or do you want to create lack? If you want to create abundance, then hit the like button and leave a comment below with your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're going to come again. We're just getting started, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow with something new that's going to blow your mind away. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.